Kentucky Afield. Every week, Kentucky Afield brings you features on hunting and fishing across the state.
What a nice fish.
An opportunity to hopefully get that bird in the lake.
Hey, we got another one over here.
There he is. Ooh, a nice one too. Boy, he's healthy.
What do we got? That was awesome. Got the first belt.
Barely made it out of the field.
Got one big smallmouth.
Very nice.
Double point, they're in there.
There they go.
Look at that joker.
Woo!
That's a good one there.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
Whoa, this is a good one.
That's better than good, Chad.
Hello, and welcome to Kentucky Afield. I'm your host, Chad Miles. Join us as we journey the Commonwealth in search of outdoor adventure. This week, we're going to jump in a kayak and explore one of the many beautiful blue water trails. Then, we're going to grab a lantern and a fish gig and try something new. But first, we're headed to beautiful Dale Hollow Lake, home of the world record smallmouth bass, but we're looking for crappie. This March cold morning, I'm out here with Preston Cleary with Cleary's Kentucky Fishing. We're on Dale Hollow Lake, and typically when we come to Dale Hollow, people know this lake for smallmouth fishing and bass fishing. But we're doing something different today, aren't we?
Yeah, we're gonna go catch some big crappie on Dale Hollow.
Crappie fishing on Dale Hollow. I've seen a bunch of big crappie. I've actually caught some big crappie, but what people don't realize is this is one of the premier lakes to go catch a big limit of crappie, isn't it?
Yes, we've got some very big crappie here. Sometimes they can be a little bit difficult because that's what Dale Hollow is famous for. It's if you know where to look, you can catch them.
This lake is really clear. If you've ever been on Dale Hollow Lake, it's notoriously clear water. We've had a lot of rain in the last month or so. The water is stained up, but on the other end of the lake, it's crystal clear again. So we may fish a little clear water and some stained water today.
Yep, we're gonna be fishing some muddy water and we're gonna be fishing some clear water.
I'm interested to talk to you today and find out how your technique changes depending on water quality.
Well, it changes day to day. In mud, the fish tend to be a little bit more aggressive, but it's harder to get that bait on them to present it to them. Clearer water, they'll run further, but they're smarter.
Okay.
They're a little bit less out to bite.
You were telling me, and we'll talk about this a little bit later on, but you were telling me sometimes you use as light as 2-pound test line.
Yeah, we're gonna be using some 2-pound today, and the highest I go out here right now is 4 for casting, and then I'll use, for a long rod, I'll use 10.
Okay.
But I use all 4 carbon.
Black, white crappie, mixture of both?
We're gonna be catching a mixture later in the day, but first we're gonna stop at a place where we're gonna get some blacks and black nose.
Okay, all right. Hey, black nose crappie, that's not something you see everywhere.
We've got some big ones here.
All right, well, let's get after it. I'm ready to go.
All right. I'm just gonna ease up through here and we're looking for a fish just gliding across the top of the water. And we're gonna figure out how to attack it.
And you're saying we're talking like
Shallow.
two and 3 feet, huh?
Yeah. And I'm looking for a fish that's he's gonna fill up half the grid square.
So there's 2 feet, so half of there you're looking at a 12-inch fish or close to it.
Yeah. I use some 10-foot rods because they're very forgiving when you set the hook.
Yeah.
In this color mud, we can use about any color. They're pretty aggressive. White and chartreuse is a really good color for the mud. Because what color are fish in the mud? They're usually white.
White, yeah.
So bait fish are gonna be white. A little slip float. This float here will carry a 1/16, and I've got a 1/16 jig on here. So what I'm looking for on here is I'm looking for a fish just running horizontal and not moving much. He's just running off to the right there. I just missed him. I'd go ahead and re-pitch it, Chad. We're gonna throw your arm off today.
Hey, I'm good with that.
This is how you catch them in the mud. Give me a second, I'm gonna grab a different rod. I'm gonna grab that long rod.
Yeah, I gotta see this. I don't know if I've ever seen a 20-foot rod before.
This is fun to catch them like this. And you don't have to go all the way out to 20 feet with this rod. This is a Mississippi way of catching them. All right, see him get hot?
Yep.
He's about to get it.
Here we go. Oh, that's a
John,
good one.
John.
Oh my gosh. Look at that crappie. Oh my gosh. I mean, is that pretty common?
No, this is a giant. Yeah, we got a lot of them like that, but this is huge.
That is a giant.
They caught it on a 20-foot rod.
Oh my gosh, what a beautiful fish. You know, the one you lost earlier wasn't quite that big, but
He wasn't quite that big.
It was a really good fish.
How deep was it, Chad?
Less than 2 feet?
Yeah, less than 2 foot deep. And this is what people come to Del Hollow to catch too. This is a giant. You don't get them like that every day. But they caught him right on the surface of the water. Just so
And when you told me that we were going to be fishing open water, 2 feet deep, near no cover, I was like, this doesn't sound like crappie fishing, but I'm a believer.
Yeah, that's just a massive, massive fish.
What a nice fish.
Let's go get us another one. He's right there, Chad. That's it.
There you go, you're right on him. You're right on him.
He's about to get it, Chad. He's about to get his nosed up.
You got him. Oh, that's a good crappie. Let me get out of your way. Let me get that net. Did you feel him hit?
Nah, I watched the bobber bounce.
Oh, did you? Another good crappie.
That's another 2, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Wow. Oh my gosh, so you don't even need a measuring board here. It's keeper.
You're either in or you're out.
I mean, my gosh, that thing feels like I'm holding a cast iron skillet. Look at that. You know, for years, 25 years, I've been coming to Del Hollow crappie, or smallmouth fishing, and I had no clue that type of a meal was sitting down there, and I have avoided them for 25 years.
That's a plateful, isn't it?
That is. Look at that fish. What a beautiful crappie.
It's another 2-pounder.
Nice job, man.
We got more to catch. All right, right there, Chad. That's got it, yeah, yeah. Come on back, just a touch. Right there. You didn't see it.
You didn't see it, did you?
Nope. So we're gonna get back on him. Go down just a touch, just like an inch or 2. Well, about 2 or 3 inches. It makes a difference.
Oh, I bet.
This fish, though, he'll hammer it whenever he sees it. He's right there, Chad. Yeah, 25. That's got it, yeah. Got a good amount.
Swallow your fat.
Oh, that's a good.
It's a good fish. Here we go.
How deep was he? As deep as that fish was. He's
18 inches or something?
Yeah.
Looky there. Man, no throwbacks, but you are actually measuring those fish on the screen.
I'm measuring
so you
them.
kind of know when we're throwing at a fish that most likely it's going to be a keeper.
Yeah, I'm measuring them. I'm picking up a pattern and I'm measuring those fish before we throw on them.
But man, the bait has to be right on them.
You've got to touch his nose.
You got to literally put it on their face, and look, I just barely skin hooked that fish. I just about missed him. Del Hollow crappie. I've seen people catch them. I've known they've been down here for a long time, but I just didn't know the quality. That's the smallest one we got of the day.
Yeah.
And that's a really nice fish.
Yeah, that's a lot of other places big fish.
But they're not schooling, these are singles.
Single fish.
Single fish, and 35 feet of water sitting 18 inches deep. Oh. I didn't see that one hit. Oh, let me get on this side.
Okay.
My bad.
It's another 2, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good one. I did not see that one bite. I guess you felt him, huh?
Yeah. He goes bang.
Man, I tell you what, that fish took a minute though, didn't it?
Yeah, it took a minute. You got to really hold it on them.
If you keep the bait on them long enough, they will eat it, won't they?
Yeah.
The quality of the fish, it's worth it. You know, it's worth it just spending a little bit of time 4, 5, 6 minutes, go to the next fish, and if they want it, they will ultimately take it.
Now these are giants that we're catching.
Oh yeah, these are just beautiful, beautiful crappie.
Huge fish.
Well, Preston, Dale Hollow is not really known for crappie. And you just showed me today that big quality crappie are here in big numbers.
Yeah, we've got some 2-pounders today. We've got a 210, 2-pound, 10-ounce fish right here. Giants, and we've got some giant crappie here. And we've had a good time today, haven't we?
We've had a blast. And it might not be the first place you think of, but maybe it should be. If you want to come catch big quality crappie, Dale Hollow should be on your list to come give it a try. Tell you one thing, you got all the table fare you could want for a couple people today, don't you?
Yeah.
If you're an angler and you'd like to explore some new fishing locations, I recommend you getting a kayak and checking out the Blue Water Trails. I'm standing here on a creek bank in central Kentucky with a gentleman who is the author of all of the Blue Water Trails articles that are super popular in Kentucky Field Magazine. Lee, how you doing today?
Well, I'm doing fantastic.
So, if you're not in the office, this is where you could be found, isn't it?
This is where I usually am, yes.
Being on a bank or fishing in the stream from a kayak is kind of like your specialty. That's what you
I
really
love it.
enjoy doing.
Yeah, that's my passion.
And it's gotten more and more popular over the last 15, 20 years to the point that you guys have decided to put together a series entitled Blue Water Trails.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit about what Blue Water Trails is all
Believe it or
about.
not, we started these in 2010.
Oh,
Can you
wow,
believe that?
yeah.
We've been doing them almost 14 years now. What we try to do is we want to take the pressure off, Chad. You know how it is when you're trying to find a place to go.
Mm-hmm.
We want people to be able to look at the articles, study the maps, and know that where you're at is okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's public. I ground-proof everything. I float them. It's been researched. We want a stress-free experience for people to come out and enjoy. A day floating a stream is about as good a day as you can find.
So this Blue Water Trails kind of gives people certain sections with a public put in and a public takeout place and gives them an idea of what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
When you go kayak fishing, you kind of need to have a basic idea of how you're going to catch fish, what fish species can be fished for, and how you're going to navigate your put in, take out. That's perfectly condensed into an article in the Blue Water Trails. So Lee, what stream are we on today?
We're on Russel Creek. Here, we're barely into Dare County. We're going to float into Greene County.
Okay.
We're in an old community called Milltown. This is now mainly forgotten, but this was a very vibrant place back in the day.
So this float is actually a little longer. Some of your floats, a lot of them you focus on 2 to 3 miles. This one's 7.
Yes.
What are some things that a person needs to consider before going out and experiencing one of your Blue Water Trails?
Well, read the article, of course, and look at the map. And most of the ones that I do don't involve any heavy rapids, but a couple of them do. So make sure that your ability matches up with the water you plan to float.
I'll tell you what, I know this is a long float. We probably need to get rolling. I have never been on Russel Creek. I know this thing's full of smallmouth. I know it's got a lot of rock bass and other species too. And I've heard it's absolutely beautifully scenic. Well, let's get you loaded, get you in the water. Let's go catch them.
All right, brother.
Oh, what we got here? Something little.
Hey, fish is a fish. Smallmouth though, isn't it?
It's a smallmouth. Tell you what, he knocked a loop in that line. I was reeling it pretty fast and it just
Bam!
knocked a big old loop in there.
I've been fooled. Big ones sometimes barely hit, little ones freight train.
I'll tell you what, just a beautiful, beautiful stream, smallmouth bass. Probably about 7 inches long.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, better fish.
right.
Better fish. I don't know how much better, but definitely better.
All right.
He's not that much bigger, but for a stream fish, it's a pretty good fish.
Yeah, no doubt.
This is probably 11-inch fish, pretty solid,
Looks like it's been eating well.
pretty nice little fish right there. You know, you come out here on light tackle or even a fly rod and catch fish this size.
It's fun.
It doesn't get any better. Oh, fish on. I didn't realize you had a fish on the end.
This little dude took off on me.
Very nice.
I don't think he's gonna break the Olympic record, but I'll take it. You know, after all these years, I've caught a million, but I still love it.
Here we go.
Good one?
No, just a good little fighting smallmouth. Just a beautiful little fish.
That's a nice one. Healthy.
It's amazing how a fish that size can fight like that.
I know.
I'll tell you what, you get out and you catch stream smallmouth and you get hooked pretty fast.
I
don't
know
you?
it. Then if you get lucky enough to catch like a 16-incher, you think you've hooked into Moby Dick.
You know, Lee, you and I have stream fished quite a few times on a bunch of different bodies of water.
Mm-hmm.
But I will tell you this, when it comes to stream fishing, anything that was designed and made to catch a crappie is usually a pretty good
We'll
lure.
catch a string smallmouth.
It'll catch a string smallmouth. If you're fishing and you got white bass, it'll catch them. It'll also fish, you know, you'll catch the largemouth bass. Think about crappie-sized minnow imitating lures, and you're probably gonna catch a fish.
No doubt. I mean, the little crappie slider.
Yeah, oh, the Charlie Brewer slider grub. I've caught more white bass and string smallmouth on that bait.
All right.
What you got there?
Mr. Smallmouth.
There you go.
He's been eating well. He's been at a Golden Corral buffet.
Oh, there you go.
I'll take that.
There you go. That's a nice looking little smallie there.
No doubt.
What'd he hit?
The little yammy fish, and that's called natural bait fish is the color.
That's a nice fish, Lee. Good job, buddy.
All right.
Here we go. Ooh. Oh, he's a smaller one. I'm just amazed at how hard they fight, though. Every time you catch one this size, when you first hook them, you think, oh, this is a good fish. This is a 2 or 3 pounder. And then you get it in, and you're like,
No.
9 inches. They're still so fun. Uh-oh. Look at this. What a nice looking
All
smallmouth
right.
bass. Thick,
Look
fat
at that.
belly. What a nice looking fish. Strong. I'll tell you what,
It's a beauty.
that is a quality Russell Creek smallmouth bass.
Look, yeah,
right
that's a
there.
nice one.
That one there probably, what do you think, 14 inches?
Yeah, 13, F 14 for sure.
Yeah, and it's nice big
And
fat
fat,
belly on it.
obviously has good forage base in here, that's for sure.
Strong. That's a
Yeah,
pretty
that is
fish.
a nice one.
Well, I'll tell you what, Lee, I absolutely love floating these streams and exploring them with you and doing some fishing. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, it is a ball. It's a ball.
I tell
We
you what-
haven't slayed them, but we haven't had a bad day either.
We've
you
caught
know?
quite a few fish, and I'll tell you what, this 7.5 miles is not a beginner's float. It's a long float.
Yeah, it is.
So it's a time, if you're going to try to get it done in anything less than 8 hours, you're going to do a lot of paddling with no fishing.
Yes.
So we've done a lot of that, but it's been a great time, and this is a beautiful, beautiful float.
Yeah, it is.
I'll tell you what, if anybody wants to find out more about this particular stream or any of the other streams that you've covered in Blue Water Trail, how do they go about doing that?
Go to the website, go to the top right, type in the search bar, Blue Water Trails, and it'll bring up the Blue Water Trails page. And the Russell Creek is coming out in this issue of the magazine, and it'll be on the website soon.
It's been a lot of fun. I
has.
love your passion for smallmouth fishing. I love your passion for just exploring in a kayaking canoe and history, and it all comes together and flows just like this. There are many legal ways to take a rough fish, but none are more up close and personal than a lantern and a fish gig. We're here in Madison County today, and I'm here with fish biologist Scott Barrett. Scott, you've been telling me about an old tradition that old timers used to do a lot, and I know you used to do it as a kid as well, and that is gigging for fish.
Yep.
So, you know, a lot of people gig for frogs.
Right.
But gigging for fish is a little different. It's at night.
Yeah.
We're going to be wearing waders. We're going to be out in the stream. We're going to have lights out, maybe some lanterns, and a fish gig, which is a little different than a frog gig. Tell me what a fish gig is and what makes a good one.
You know, you think of a frog gig, just think of like a beefier frog gig. You want something that's a little more robust. I have a couple that were hand-me-down. One of mine was my grandpa's. The thing's 80 years old, and I still use it today. But you want something robust. You hit a lot of rocks. And unlike frogs, you know, you're kind of poking them in a mud bank. These guys are in a rocky bottom stream and you're having to put quite a bit of force.
I brought a lantern and a flashlight. I don't know what's going to work best. You tell me what I need when we get down there, and that's what we'll use.
We'll do it. Let's
All
go.
right, let's do it.
All right, let's go.
You know, I've always been one of those people that don't like to get into cold water real slow. I like to just go all out.
Well, it's definitely cool. I'm glad we decided to wear waders.
Here's one.
Got him.
A gar.
Yeah, I think you got him. There you go. Kind of hold him up, let gravity help you. Yeah, and
There
then
we go. So this is a long-nosed gar right here, right?
Yep.
We're after rough fish, trying to can some fish.
Yeah.
Have you ever canned one of these?
I've not canned one, but may be a good candidate to try.
Are you willing to give it a try?
Absolutely.
Well, if that's the case, I'll put it on the stringer.
We'll string him up.
See what we got.
Absolutely. Here's your gar, Chad. See him turning towards you, coming right at you.
Here, you want to hold this lantern
Yep.
for me? See what we got here.
Yeah, you got him.
Good eye, Scott, because I didn't even see that fish. Well, it looks like we're going to be having gar croquettes
That's
today.
it. That's what it's looking like. That's what
You know, a lot of these fish that we were kind of hoping to see, the real sweeter, milder tasting fish, they're up here to spawn.
Yeah.
And even though it's cold out,
Yeah.
and the water temperature's pretty cold, the water has already been warm enough they've kind of moved up. So we're just seeing the last couple lingering fish. So hopefully we hit a pocket and see some more. Otherwise, we're gonna have to make do with gar tonight.
That's what it's looking like, yeah. Had him. That's it.
There you go. We'll have a mess before you know it. A mess of something.
Something. And there he's got a minnow in his mouth. Yep.
Got him?
He's now got a gig in him too.
Well,
shad. Had a shad in his mouth.
Boy, they're all about the same size, ain't they?
Yeah.
Watch yourself, Chad. This hole is full of them. There may be one just swim right up to you.
There we go.
Gar hole.
Won't be long.
We brought him to a gar hole.
There's one right there. Got one here, one right up in front of you. Yep, two of them.
Miss, coming back at you.
See him right here? There you go.
Got him.
Kind of one right there, right in the headshot.
Noggin.
You got that one. We got him. Here we go.
Got him. Here comes another one down. Got him good.
Yes, you did.
Heard that crunch. Unreal how hard they are, bony they are.
We have found the honey hole for the gar. If we can just find some suckers or some catfish like this, boy, we'd be on to something. Well, you guys want to just go up about another 100 yards and maybe go back and see if we can't pick those up?
We can do that. We got to go back that way anyway, so.
All right. Now let's check in and see who else has been out having fun in this week's Ones That Didn't Get Away. 10-year-old William Massey got out and braved the wet youth weekend and took his first turkey in Pendleton County. Nice job. 4-year-old Baron Boyd got out and did a little bass fishing in Knott County and caught this nice largemouth bass. Congratulations. I love this picture of Ivy Carter with her first 2 fish from 2025. She went and dug worms from her yard and hit the Licking River. 9-year-old Lily Latham got her first turkey this year in Hardin County. Nice job. The opening weekend to Kentucky spring turkey season started out with a bang, with beautiful weather and tons of opportunity. But if you didn't get your bird, don't worry. The season runs through May the 4th. And remember, hunting and fishing on private property is a privilege. Always ask permission and thank the landowner. Until next week, I'm your host, Chad Miles, and I hope to see you in the woods or on the water.